So, welcome to another interview of JRPT here today with Pedro. Okay, he's been in the program for about 2.5 months, 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, he's like done very well. And I was like, this would be a good time, a good checkup point. He's had a good transformation and kind of like what's just worked for him. Okay, so yeah, do you want to start by introducing yourself and like what you do for work?
For work, I'm a superintendent radiographer. So I lead a team of radiographers in a big hospital in the UK. Um, and yeah, that's basically what I do. And I work clinical and also desk based in an office most of the time. I would say 70% of my job, 80% of my job is in the office. Um, and I study at the same time
Yeah, you've been pretty
as I
busy.
work. Yes.
You've been pretty busy. Like roughly how many hours do you think you do a week of work?
Um, so at the moment, 40 hours a week at work, plus probably another 10 to 15 studying.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. So a lot, pretty much a lot. All right. I
a
say
lot,
a
yeah.
lot of the people probably watching this will probably be like working like crazy hours. So like for you, obviously like we lost like 15 kilos, which a lot. We'll show some of the pictures in a second. Um, but what do you think, or like we should say like what was like life before like starting JRPT? Because I know you tried things before by yourself, and then you kind of went to the spiral. So like what was like your life like before you even joined?
Well, before I joined, especially the 12 months before I joined, it was very busy and I was putting work first and then kind of like neglecting everything else before. Um, and that's when obviously the course that I'm taking, senior leadership, one of the modules was about well-being and fitness and how that influences as well your effectiveness at work.
Mhm.
uh, and it was coincidental that I ran into your social media, and then I was like, well, maybe this is the opportunity, and that's when I decided to press that follow button, and yeah, things started to change, and I do see the difference in terms of um, work productivity
Nice.
and and well-being, just personal and professional, not just professional as
Yeah,
before.
no, I was gonna say you're like, oh, I was focusing on the career, I love everything else, but the reason I got fit was because of career.
No, no, it was.
Yeah, but what do you think is like, what was the moment that you decided to like take this seriously? Because I know you tried like things in the past. Like, what was the moment was like, okay, cool, you know what? Let's like, speak to me. Let's see if this works. Let's see. Like, what do you think was the deciding factor? Like,
I think the deciding factor was that on my own, I wouldn't have the motivation. I didn't have the motivation to do it. I was trying to make healthier choices in my foods
mhm.
and try to do some exercise, but I was just on a plateau. I couldn't lose any weight, so that's when I decided to I need some help here, and I'm probably doing something wrong. Um, and then I joined.
Yeah. Yeah, we're saying that because I know you said you were trying before, and I was like, what do you feel has been like the biggest game changer, like for you since you joined?
I think it was the stress that I was feeling before with work, and I could see my fitness being really neglected and my energy levels, and that's when I said I need to do something to change it, um, and that's basically it, I think.
Yeah. And then like pretty much like since you joined the program, like losing 15 kilos, what would you say was like the biggest difference since you joined that allowed you to, make a pretty good transformation to start with?
I think was the ability to create a routine where an easy routine that fits my schedule.
Mm.
Um, the energy levels, for sure. much better. I would get home after an 8 to 6 shift and pretty much didn't have energy for anything else. And now I do. Um, and also creating the routine to go to the gym, which was something that I really didn't uh, had much experience in the past. I wouldn't say I enjoy, but it's an easy task for me to do as part of my routine.
Yeah.
Like it's not a burden, let's say.
Yeah, I always say this, like the gym should never be, there's more enjoyable things than going to the gym. I tell this to everyone.
Yeah,
Right? A gym should be like a place that you enjoy the results. Like it's a place you go to reap your benefits. You go there to work on yourself like that hour, right? The 3 times a week that we're going is there to like work on yourself, and then the rewards are the things you want. There's 10 times better things to do than being in the gym. Even after me going for like 10 years and other people, yeah, there's better things, right?
yeah.
Um, Apart from like the routine, because obviously like we'll put it here. So see like starting 106 kilos, pretty much being in 91, so like 14, 15 kilos off. Um, Between these 15 kilos, what do you think has been the biggest difference? Would you say it's like the energy or something else?
Well, the energy, I feel better with myself. Starting to well, I wasn't on 91 kilos for a very long time, so it just feels great to be able to put some clothes that I feel comfortable with. And yeah, like I think the most important is the the confidence and the energy that the program gave me.
Yeah, it's like I feel like for you the biggest thing, like me and Harry focused on, which by the way, not if anyone's watching, like the way we work with anyone that's above like 100 kilos, we pretty much the first phases we'll coach you through two coaches. We have Harry, which used to be a client, then I train him to become a coach. He works with every pretty much man and woman that's above 100 kilos. And that's really to just work on routine structure and get the basics really down. Okay, so that's pretty much why like with Pedro what we did. Okay, so it's not like one-to-one coaching. You can call it two-to-one coaching. It's like two coaches on top of you, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of it was like the routine, the structure, and then I feel like just your training and overall like adherence. Because like when we first chatted, I was telling, we were like, cool, you have this like very high responsibility in your job and you're very good at keeping it. So we kind of just need to translate these skills that you have into your own, well, health and fitness. And once you do that, we can like create a machine, which is pretty much what we did here, right? Like over this time, it was just structure, and creating, kind of translating those skills that you already had at work. And I tell this to everyone, right? Do you feel like you agree now? I know it's not, we've had 50 kilos off. There's more ways, we've got a lot more to go. But do you feel like for you, like the translating the skills from your work, do you see it now, or do you think it was something else?
No, I see it now. I think having a structure and kind of like at the end of the day, you have to kind of like tick those boxes and make sure that you fill them in.
Yeah.
It does help, uh, and you kind of get annoyed if you don't get it for some
Mhm.
reason, because sometimes life um, the days don't go as you expected. Um, but yeah, you have like that. Okay, I need to complete that task for myself today. How will I do that? And I think having it planned in a calendar like you guys built it for me
Yeah.
was key to success.
Yeah, it's like just the structure here, and then also having you can see like the flexibility between things, like when you have new things around. But like the biggest thing, obviously, the biggest winner will be the consistency. Like we'll start all these habits now. We're not too far away from starting like your phase two, and then phase two, we're just going to stack, the next level of habits because these are just being really consistent. That's what we look for. And then once this is like, okay, cool, let's push Pedro a little bit more because you've kind of like nail the first stage. Now we can kind of level you up, and that's what it's all about. Because I know before you were like it's either 0 or 100, it's like a very perfection or nothing kind of attitude, and we kind of just change that. So we're just going stepping up in levels, which I feel like has been a big difference I've seen from you. It's like the fact you're like, oh, I'm just on this journey rather than being like, I need to lose 30 kilos right now, right?
Yeah.
You can see that in pictures. Like I was looking at your picture this morning, right? Go here. Like from even from where you were, this is the first pictures, right? And now if we look at here, crazy, pretty much love handles nearly gone. Starting to see some tonnage. Look at the arms and triceps starting to come through. So the next 10 to 15 kilos are going to be very, very exciting. We'll probably be speaking here again and having a different conversation. You'll probably be with your shirt off in the call, right? But would you feel like it, because a lot of people in your place, like either got chaotic life working like 40, 50 plus hours, like you said, the biggest struggle for them will be the consistency or like the perfection side of thing. So what do you feel helped you to stay on track? Like even when motivation was low, or when you had like harder weeks, like you just gone through like really, really busy period of studying and working. So what would you suggest to them, to the people like that, struggling to stay consistent?
I think it helps, like the app that you built. It helps sometimes on those days, like, oh, can I see progress consistently? And I can see. I think at the beginning, I would look at my pictures, and the first 2 or 3 weeks, you probably wouldn't see that much difference. But now, throughout the program, when you start going back and comparing it, you see that progress, and I feel like, oh, it's working, and that's it. That's exactly why I joined the program as well. So I think, yeah, consistency is key, and I think that's been the what kind of like motivates me to keep going.
The data, like the
Yeah,
data
the
side of
data. Yeah,
things. Yeah. Yeah. Because I was saying, like me and you are very data kind of people, like driven, and you only see the data like improve, where it's like your training weight, like all the things we measure, they kind of motivate you. Because if something's not moving, another thing is probably moving in the right direction, which like we always
yeah.
want to. But how you've already kind of said this was like, how do you feel, from when you were 106 kilos and then 91, how do you feel in terms of, yeah, just overall feeling? Because obviously 15 kilos, even though we've got more ways to go, it's still like a big, big difference. So how do you feel right now?
Well, I feel much better. I feel great. I can't wait to see what's coming next. I think uh, clothing, I feel comfortable wearing them. Like when you put weight throughout the time, and you just keep using the same clothes, but then they're tight, and I hate that.
Yeah.
Now they just feel comfortable and the size they should be. Some of them are actually quite big at the moment. Um,
Wardrobe very soon.
yeah,
Get a new wardrobe
and
soon.
yeah, I do have a jersey that I bought it a couple of years, like 5 years ago, that I really want to put it back on. So that's one of my
Goals.
goals, yes, as well. But no, I think um, yeah, I think that's been it.
Yeah, just like the improvement. And yeah, like I said, in like 3, 4 months' time, we'll probably have another conversation. It's gonna be even a bigger drastic like difference. But yeah, how like for everyone watching, or what do you feel has been like working with me and Harry go as your coach so far to like helping your journey? What would you say about that?
Well, I think you guys been great. You've been truly honest, truly honest when I think I'm doing okay. You guys like, no, you need to push harder, and that's exactly what I need to hear, because I feel sometimes that I'm already pushing harder and I'm not.
Yeah,
And I think it's that motivation and also flexibility, because you guys, if I have a busy week and if I had to change something, you guys are quite flexible. You don't give me a break, but you give me that flexibility to
yeah,
adjust
with our new lifestyle.
the routine. Yeah,
That's the most important. Like we always said, like because life will have, you have better weeks, worse weeks. It'll always be the management of those weeks that will get you to be long term. So obviously the thing we always say is like if you're gonna join this program, we're gonna have to be 100% sure that it's something you can sustain. Right? There's no point of like I said, like you losing the weight, and I say like 3, 4 years down the line, like a new client message you and you're back to 106 kilos. Like that's never happened to anyone, and that's like my first goal. Results are really good, but then it's you feeling confident that you can maintain it with the skills we taught you and all. But yeah, what would you say then? Because obviously, 10 weeks in. pretty fresh compared to a lot of people that I've probably had interviews here. If someone was like sitting on the fence, maybe there's another coaching, there's ours like JRPT coaching. What would you tell them, like if they're sitting on the fence, thinking joining or not?
Well, I was sitting on the fence as well 3 months ago. Like, should I join? Should I not? I think it was the best decision that I've made. That I would recommend everyone to follow well, to join you guys. Not just because you're always there, like a text away if you struggle with anything. The tips that you guys give during the exercises are great for, especially for someone like me that never did gym before. I I didn't know what I was doing, and I still feel that like that sometimes when you change my program the first days. I'm like, okay, I just a newbie in the gym again. But that changes quickly because you guys give us the tips, and 3 weeks later, you're kind of on it. Um, so yeah, I would say join. It's easier than you thought than you think in terms of discipline. You kind of can embed it quite well in your routine. Even when you think you're really busy, you always can fit in those small uh, things like gym, like the new routines, like your diet, and it really helped me making better choices in terms of food. Even when I go to parties or dinners, you just make better choices while still enjoying. Um, so yeah, definitely, I would say join. You won't regret it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel that's it. I feel that's the main component probably that a lot of people look for. It's like that lifestyle side of things where you still want to have your life, you still not want to compromise work. You don't want to be like working like a bodybuilder, it's like 6 times a week, like spending hours and hours, like because you don't have that time, and then just making it fit within your time. As like, especially with you, like when you said, "Oh, I'm really busy, I've got this," all the stress is like, cool. We need to get you to organize your time a lot better. I think that was the biggest thing because you're like, oh, I've got very short on time, but then when we looked at it, it was like just a lot of time was being kind of wasted in a way. It was like
Yeah,
work back home, and because you're kind of in a snowball because it's like the unfitter you got and the unhealthy you had, and feel unhealthy, you pretty much had less energy, and then it kind of meant you didn't want to do as many things, and kind of that was like we just had to switch that very quickly to make like, and now it's only going to get easier. I tell people like normally the 10, 15 kilos are hardest because we're kind of implementing that new routine, like you said, getting embedded into like a program coaching, and now we can just optimize and really focus on, I say, the fun stuff, right? And once we do that, like it becomes a lot easier like the next 10, 15 kilos, or when we want to get really lean and probably like into the best shape that you'll see in your life, right? Because like we see with other guys, that is normally the easiest bit because the hardest bit is actually changing and getting your energy back and that lifestyle. Once that is, then the optimization becomes a fun bit, right? So
yeah,
I'm excited to see in the next like 4 months when we have a chat again, look at your pictures again. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope everyone enjoyed watching. And likewise, if anyone wants to message me or just have a chat with me, just message me on Instagram. Definitely not YouTube because I won't check comments. And I'll catch everyone later.